Why no contact is a very deadly weapon for narcissists. As always, it's a pleasure to have you all here for another show of Exposing the Narcissist. Today, we're going to talk in depth about what it means to choose to ignore a narcissist and how that sends strong physical messages about your opposition to their manipulative actions. Most people agree that the best ways to get away from a narcissist and their constant manipulative behavior are to ignore them and avoid all contact with them. Both of these strategies will help lessen the narcissist's control over your life, but it's important to know the difference between avoiding them and making them follow a strict no-contact rule. The no-contact rule means cutting off all contact and conversation with the narcissist. Exactly what it sounds like. This means that they can't get in touch with you or send you texts. You also don't see them or interact with them in any way. Dismissing a narcissist, on the other hand, means that the narcissist is still in your environment, but you choose not to interact with them as much as possible. There are times when you have to be around the narcissist, like when you have to go to work or a social event that you can't avoid, and you choose not to give them what they want. This means you don't give them the attention they want or make them feel good, and any conversations you do have with them are brief, transactional, and not emotional. Whether you choose to ignore the narcissist totally or make it a rule that you will not talk to them at all, you are sending them important messages that they can't ignore. The messages are strong memories of your independence and the clear line you've set, telling the narcissist that their manipulative behavior has lost its power over you. These messages become more powerful over time because keeping your space makes your position stronger and your intentions clear. The narcissist could be a family member, a so-called friend, a love partner, or a coworker. It doesn't matter who they are. The messages they send through your actions are still the same. Ignoring them or not talking to them at all is a simple approach that can help you get away from their influence in two ways. The narcissist may also try to come up with different reasons or interpretations for why you choose to avoid them or not talk to them at all. However, your continued absence or lack of interest forces them to face the truth of the situation. When you stay away for a longer time, it gets harder for the narcissist to hide the stark truth of your lack of interest and the effects of your absence. The fact that they're slowly realizing this shows how strong and clear your message is when you choose to stay away from their toxic influence. First, when you decide to either avoid touch with a narcissist or just ignore them, you send them a strong message that you are now independent. It's clear that this behavior is sending the message, I can live without you. This step isn't just about getting away physically. It's also a powerful statement of your emotional and mental independence. By avoiding touch with the narcissist or choosing to ignore them, you are making it clear that their presence is not necessary for your happiness or the smooth running of your life. To the narcissist, this choice shows that you are fully capable of living a satisfying life without their company. It shows how independent you are by showing that you don't need their company, conversation, help, or advice to get through life's difficulties or find happiness and contentment in your daily activities. It makes a point of showing that your life doesn't revolve around them, and that your personal and business life can go on without them and even thrive. Ignoring or not talking to the narcissist takes away the power they think they have over you, and shows them that you don't need their approval or support to live a meaningful life. It is a step toward getting out of the circle of control and manipulation that narcissists often put on the people they are close to. This action also shows the narcissist that they are not as important or necessary in your life as they may have thought. This choice also shows that you believe in your own worth and respect. Moving on from relationships or exchanges that don't help your health or make your life better makes it clear that you value yourself enough to do so. It's a statement that you value your mental health, emotional stability, and general happiness more than the narcissist's attention and the relationship that often goes badly. Going no contact or ignoring the narcissist can also help you grow and learn more about yourself in a bigger way. As a result, you have more time and freedom to pursue your hobbies, make new friends, and do other things that you may have neglected or put off because the narcissist was so controlling. It's a chance to rebuild and strengthen your identity without the narcissist's expectations or impact. You are sending a strong and clear message when you choose to ignore or avoid touch with a narcissist. This changes the balance of power and control in the relationship in a big way. That second important message says, "You don't control me." People who are narcissists often think that they are in charge of the relationship and can make the rules based on their whims and fancy. They often treat relationships like things or belongings, thinking they are in charge of choosing which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of. From their point of view, they are the gatekeepers who decide when to give you their full attention and when to push you to the background, expecting you to be available when it suits them. If you choose to not talk to or bother them, on the other hand, you are basically turning the tables. By making this choice, you are standing up for your freedom and making it very clear that you are the one who decides who is important in your life. This shows that you are not something that can be put on a shelf and then taken down when they think it's time to pay attention to you. That way, you show them that your life is not dependent on what they do or whether they are there. You are not just standing there and hope that they will decide to talk to you. By choosing to stay away from them, you are taking away any power they have over your physical or mental health. This statement of freedom makes it harder for the narcissist to control you as they see it. When you tell them they are not the center of your world, it hurts their ego and sense of being better than everyone else. Reclaiming your power and independence means being in charge of who you let into your life and making it clear that the narcissist is not one of them. You're telling them that you are in charge of your life and can make choices that put your happiness and well-being ahead of their need to control and manipulate you. Furthermore, this stance is not only about refusing the narcissist. It's also about protecting your honor and self-respect. It shows how strong you are and how you won't let anyone control or manipulate you. It tells the narcissist, and maybe more importantly, yourself, that you value your freedom and the right to choose relationships that are healthy, respectful, and good for both of you. Making the choice to ignore or stop talking to the narcissist can help you feel more powerful in a bigger way. It might make you think more deeply about your ideals, your limits, and the kinds of relationships you really want. It might make you want to be in relationships where you are respected for who you are and treated as an equal partner, not a pawn in someone else's game. If you choose to remain distant from or avoid a narcissist, you send them a third powerful message that goes to the heart of how they see themselves. They are not as important to you as they thought. Narcissists love the idea that they are important and necessary to other people. One of their deepest desires is to be seen as so important that others would put up with their bad behavior or craps just to keep them around. This wish comes from their need to be constantly validated and told how important they are. But if you cut them off or don't respond to their attempts to talk, you send a very clear message that goes against their inflated sense of how important they are. This move sends a clear message that you don't agree with how they're treating you. It's a statement that their presence in your life is not necessary, but rather a choice that you can think about again and eventually turn down. By doing this, you are destroying the idea that they are necessary and bringing to light the fact that they are not as important to your health or happiness as they may have thought. If you choose to avoid or not talk to them, it also shows that you don't care about how they affect the relationship. It means you're aware that you don't want to follow their rules, which usually involve mental blackmail, manipulation, or other forms of mind control. You are basically telling them that taking care of their ego or need to feel important is not as important as your own mental health and peace of mind. This attitude also makes a strong statement about your self-respect and your refusal to be put down or treated badly. It makes it clear that you have limits that can't be crossed, and that any relationship that makes you put up with disrespect or abuse is not worth keeping. How strong you are, and how determined you are to find relationships based on respect, understanding, and real care for each other. This warning could also wake up the narcissist. It might not change their behavior or attitude right away, but it changes their story and makes them face the fact that they might not be the center of everyone's world. It makes them think about their beliefs and may make them think about themselves, even if only for a short time. Last but not least, telling a narcissist they've lost you is the strongest message you can give them. You are one of the lucky people who have been able to escape their web of lies, manipulation, and abuse. You are part of a small group of people who have seen through their lies and refuse to put up with their poison any longer. Because narcissists tend to remember people who disobey them, they will always remember you as the person who slipped through their fingers and became someone they can no longer control or move. But it's important to keep in mind that narcissists will try to come up with different reasons why you should block them out at first. This is because they are stuck in their own false thoughts. They might even try to hurt your reputation by saying you've gone crazy or acting strangely because they can't figure out why you chose to block them. In their story, they might make it sound like they are the one who is wronged and innocent. But deep down, they know the real reason you pulled away, and this makes them angry, especially if you stick to your no-contact policy or keep ignoring their appearance. This constant disrespect gets annoying to them over time, especially since narcissists are notorious for not giving up easily. We cannot stress enough how important it is to get rid of narcissists from our lives. You are free to choose how to do this. The most important thing is that you stay committed to this goal and don't give in to any of their desperate efforts to get back into your life. Being consistent in what you do is the only way these lessons will really hit home, hitting like a brick and leaving an indelible mark. As we come to the end of our talk today, I hope you found it interesting to think about the messages we send to narcissists when we choose ourselves over their manipulative plans. Your ideas and experiences are very important, so please share them in the sections below. Having this conversation not only helps us all understand each other better, but it also makes us more determined to set healthy limits. Thank you for watching. If you found this material useful, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking conversations. We really value your help as we continue to work through the challenges of relationships and personal growth together.